Once again, very good morning and thanks for joining. Okay. Uh, how many people are facing the issues while you are installing SQL Server? How many of you? One is Chris. Okay, he's telling that he's not able to install the database engine. Is there any other?
I was trying to install mine, but I think I have they said data quality service failed.
Okay. No worries. Today, can we connect today evening? Everyone?
Okay.
Yeah. Uh, just let me know your feasible times. Okay. Especially the people who are out of the India. Okay. Just confirm your availability time. The people who are from India, okay, we can adjust the time frames. Okay. And also the people are especially working. Okay. The people who are especially working, confirm your timing also available time. We'll schedule on meeting and we'll complete the your installation setup. Okay. By at any cost in this week we need to complete the installation because next week we are going for high availabilities. We need multiple instances to be installed. Okay. Let's see. Let's see all what you can do. Right at evening, you can connect via your laptops. So I will grant you the permission to share your screen. Okay. Or we can try to connect with the AnyDesk so that I am having control to access your servers. Okay. Let's see. We'll fix that issue today. So the people who are specially facing the issue while you are installing the SQL Server, let's connect. Okay. Just let me know your all availability times or the WhatsApp group chat. We'll schedule a meeting based on 15 minutes, 20 minutes here and there changes. Okay. Yeah. So that is the first thing. Make sure that everyone need to install SQL Server. Okay. Second thing, what I want to do is again, mostly today's session will also be public. From tomorrow, we'll go for private. Okay. So when you search for AzureSQLChamp, okay, there is a separate playlist which we have created, batch 45. Okay. This is the playlist is yours, sir. Every day, whatever we are taking a sessions, right? Every session will be uploaded here. You can go and watch from here itself. Okay. Very simple. Just go to AzureSQLChamp, go to the playlist 45, and you will get the access. From tomorrow, we will provide the access to your email address. What you need to do? You need to 1 second, sir. Someone is calling. Okay, yeah. I think John, yeah, you are back to meeting. Okay. Yeah. See. So you need to go to you need to connect your YouTube with whatever the email address you are providing to us. Okay. Just you need to connect your email address. Okay. Today also it will be public, so you don't need specific access. But from tomorrow we'll make it as a private, right? So you need to connect your YouTube with the email address which you are giving to us. Then only you can go and watch the session, sir. Okay. That's only one thing. Every day the sessions will be recorded and it will be uploaded in our channel. Okay. So no need to no need to wait, no need to ask. Okay. Directly you can go to the batch 45. You will find the recording. You can happy to go and watch it. Okay.
And
That's
we
it.
also be able to access the past videos
No, we
in different.
need to grant. I'm not sure what is the discussion you made with the Sai, but the one challenge we are facing is granting the permission, sir. Earlier, see, when we go for until batch 43, there is no issue. We can directly grant the permission to many people at one shot, like 40, 50. But now, now YouTube has been restricted. We can't grant the permission. So that is the biggest challenge we are facing. Okay. Mostly you will go for the live sessions only. Okay. I don't know what discussion you made with the Sai, but it's very tough to grant the permission to the older playlists. Okay, no need. Go and watch the live sessions always. That is one of the best thing I can recommend. Okay. Now this is one thing. Back to our session, sir. Evening, I will schedule a meeting. The people who haven't installed SQL Server, please be available by connecting your laptops. Okay, we will fix your issues, but at the evening times. Okay, at any cost, you need to complete your installation by this week, everyone. Okay. Now back to our sessions. So see, as a DBA, once we install SQL Server, okay, once we install SQL Server, you will yesterday we discussed that we will create a databases. Okay, once we create a databases, there are tables, views, synonyms, okay, store preserve, functions, triggers, assembles, sequences. There are many objects where we will create. Same related objects you will find in the whatever the database management system you are going, like if for example if you go for Postgres, here you are calling as a table, there you will call it as a relational, here you will calling as a columns, there also you will call it as a columns, here you will call it as a rows, there you will call it as tuples. In Postgres, rows technically will call it as a tuples. Like for example, okay, select star from sales dot sales order details. Okay, so when you execute this, these are columns. Okay, even when you open the Excel, also same, right? You will find the rows and columns. This technically you will call it as call it as a rows. So in SQL, you are calling as a rows. When you go to the Postgres, you will call it as a tuples. You will call it as a tuples. But underlying concept is same, sir. Underlying concept is same. Technically, you should call it as a object. So table is our primary component in entire SQL Server language. Okay, all this falls under SQL language. SQL language. SQL language. So table is our primary component. On top of the table, you will create the views, you will create the index, you will create the stored procedures, you will create the materialized views, you will create the functions, you will create the triggers, you will create the cursors, okay, and blah 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 something. Okay, you will create the synonyms, you will create the sequences, many more stuff. If you go for any database management system, these are the primary objects. Technically, you should call it as object. Table is one object. View is one object. Store procedure is one object. Function is one object. Trigger is one object. Okay. Sequence is one object. Synonyms is one object. So assembles. You can do many things. You means not sir, developers. Okay, developers are doing many things beyond in the back on us. Okay, we are just maintaining. You are not, no worries, sir. Subbu, I don't know how to create the views, how to create the indexes, how to create this function, store procedure. Will I need to know? Means I can say yes. Okay, whenever you are having some free time, okay, when you are having some free time, spend some time on the SQL basic development part also, sir. Okay, SQL basic development part also, like how the stored procedures are working, how the functions are working, how the triggers are working, how the views are working. Indexes will talk more. Okay, SP troubleshooting will talk. Functions will troubleshooting will start. See, troubleshooting part will discuss, sir, again. If you know little about some development knowledge also, you're not developing anything, but if you know little development also, that is too good, sir, because as a DBA, we are mainly for performance troubleshoot, performance tuning. One of the primary component for us, tuning. Okay, they are running the SPs. The SPs are running slow. Why they are running slow? If you wanted to troubleshoot, you should understand what is this SP, what exactly it is doing, how many statements are there, how they return the statements, what queries are executing. So you should understand many more. Okay, then only we can easily to troubleshoot. It will make easy while you are troubleshooting. If you're not understanding, I don't know how we will troubleshoot. So in general, DBAs need little development knowledge if you wanted to become strong in the tuning. You are not designing anything, sir, but you should understand the structure of the stored procedure, the structure of the function, the structure of the views. You should understand. Okay, so what exactly the views are doing, what exactly SP is doing, what exactly functions are doing. So whenever you are having some free time, okay, I will share some links. Okay, in the meanwhile, so just go and watch by so that you can become somewhat strong in, oh, this is what SP, this is how they designed. So later on we will discuss how to troubleshoot. Okay, how to troubleshoot. Is there any development knowledge needed? I can say yes, sir. Okay, little, not you are not designing anything, but you should understand the, at least you should understand what is this SP is doing. Means this many SPs are there. What exactly they are doing? Okay, this many tables are there. So what exactly these tables are storing? What exactly they are doing? Okay, so what functions are there? So when you go for functions, table valued functions, scalar functions, aggregator functions. What do you mean by table valued functions? What do you mean by scalar function? Okay, what do you mean by aggregator functions? What exactly they are doing? Okay, I mean to say when you are having free time only. Okay, once you are good at a DBA task and you are having some free time where you want to learn something, then definitely put on some interest on SQL development. Okay, you no need to go here and there. Okay, uh, just spend some time. For example, I want to learn PowerShell. Okay, for example, I decide to learn PowerShell or I decide to learn the Python. Before you go to the PowerShell, before you go to the Python, why can't you first learn SQL? As my experience, I'm saying, first learn the SQL. Okay, you can do wonders if you know SQL. If you know SQL, you can do wonders. So if you are having some free time and you decide to learn some Python or PowerShell or something, first learn SQL. If you are really having free time, learn the SQL, sir. You can do many things if you know the SQL. SQL is a language. It can be applicable for Oracle, it can be applicable for Postgres or MongoDB or SQL Server or DB2. Same. Only the syntax will be vary, little here and there, the declaration will be vary, but underlying concept is same. I hope you are getting my point, everyone. Okay, the people who are shown interest on other uh, programmatic languages. So first shown interest on the SQL programmatic language. Okay, SQL is a language. Okay, SQL is a language. So please make a note on this is very important. SQL is one language, like you know about C, C++, Java, all this stuff, right? Like same SQL is a language. Okay, so if you know the SQL development, okay, mostly by this year, okay, by this year ending, we will try to bring the SQL development first. Okay, before I go into the Python, PySpark, Kusto, before we teach this one, first our main focus is the SQL. We'll try to bring SQL on top of the AzureSQLChamp. So that is our main primary goal for this year after Postgres and MongoDB. So we are trying to bring the MongoDB. July, this month mid we are starting Postgres with MongoDB. Once everything stable, then we'll try to bring the SQL. First, we are trying to bring the SQL into our AzureSQLChamp. Okay, so let's talk that later, sir. Okay, now as a DBA, we are spending almost 2.5 months and we are learning lot many things. Okay, but you need to know other team like application team, developers, testers, what they are exactly doing means they are using a SQL as a language and they are creating tables, views, functions, triggers. Okay, many things they are doing. Okay, many things they are doing, and we are just maintaining the database. We are just maintaining and taking care about the services. You need to maintain and you need to take care about your services. This is our primary component. Like C, C++, Java, SQL is also one of the languages. Now, before I go into the, okay, that SQL stands for structured query language. Okay, technically, you should call this as a query. Technically, you should call this as a query. Okay, like a statement you can call, query you can call, someone will call different names. But technically speaking, this is a query. This is a query where you are running at the SQL end. Not only SQL, if you go for any database management system, you are running a queries. Using which language? SQL is a language. Structure query language. Okay, which majorly contains 5 different languages. Which majorly contains 5 different languages. You will get 5 different languages, sir, basically. Okay, but here I am able to see only 4, right? So no, there is one more language called DRL. This select will falls under this DRL, sir. Okay, select will falls under. So first we will understand what is DDL, what is DML, DCL, TCL. Okay, DDL stands for Data Definition Language. DDL stands for Data Definition Language. Okay, Data Definition Language. In the DDL, you are going to use the create, alter, drop, truncate, rename. These are the 5 commands we will use under the DDL, Data Definition Language. In a simple to understand, DDL, okay, DDL stands for Data Definition Language, where you are going to create the structures. Okay, where you are going to create the structures. If you wanted to create a table, you need to first create a structure of the table, right? Okay, if you wanted to create a object, you need one structure. That structure is creating with the command called create. Create table, create stored procedure, create function, create trigger, create index, create view, create synonyms, create assemble, create sequence. So if you wanted to create a structure in SQL, you will use the create command. You will use the create command. So create means you are creating a structure of the object. That object can be index, view, table, stored procedure, function, triggers, whatever object may be. If you want to create, you can create with the help of create command. Create command. So once you create the structure, if you want to alter that structure, okay, if you wanted to modify the structure, then you will go for alter. Then you will go for alter. Okay, alter can do many things, sir. Okay, uh, this is something very interesting. Alter can do many things. For example, you created a table. Create, okay, table, emp, okay, employee id, integer, employee name, okay, varchar. For example, you created some table, and later on you wanted to add a salary, employee salary. So already structure is created. You are trying to modify the structure, right? You will use the alter statement. So if you want to alter any structure of that object, then definitely you will go for alter. So alter can create a column, alter can delete a column, alter can modify the data type. Okay, for example, here employee name is a varchar. I don't want varchar. I wanted to go for char. Okay, what is integer? What is char? I will talk in a while. Okay, so if you wanted to change this data type, you can change it. For example, char 50 means 50 characters you can load. And for example, someone name is greater than 50 characters. Now you need to increase this one to 50 to 75. That is also you can done with the alter. So alter can do many things, sir. Modifying the structure, adding a column, deleting a column, modifying the data type, adding, so increasing the data type values. Okay, it can do many things. Alter. Okay, will I need to remember? Means whatever I'm saying that you can remember, sir. You know it. You are not doing anything. But remember, alter means okay. I'm changing the structure. Create means oh, I'm creating object. So drop means you can create complete objects, sir. Whatever it may be. If you don't want that table, you can delete it. If you don't want index, you can delete it. If you don't want stored procedure, you can drop it. So delete is nothing but like a drop. Sorry, drop is nothing but deleting, sir. Deleting entire object. Deleting entire object along with the data. It will delete the data. It will delete the structure. It will delete everything with respect to that object, whatever you are dropping. Drop, okay, table name. So it will delete whatever the data available in the employee table, and it will also delete this structure. It will also delete this structure. Means it will delete everything, sir. Drop means. So create, alter, drop. Create, alter, drop. Majorly, these are the major commands. And there is one more command called truncate. Everyone understood about these three commands?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now truncate. So truncate means specially it will work on the table, sir. Specially it will work on the table. It won't work on anything. Okay, it won't work on stored procedure, functions, triggers, indexes, views, nothing. It will work on a table. It will work on a table. What exactly it will do means, okay, it will delete these rows and keep the structure. Okay, your structure will be there, sir. It will just delete everything data. So truncate will delete the data. Truncate will delete the data and keep the structure. It won't touch the structure. It won't touch the structure of the object table. It won't touch the structure. It will just delete the data. It will just delete the data, whole data. Okay, if the table contains millions of records, okay, billions of records, millions of records, trillions of records, it will delete everything at one shot. Okay, at one shot, it will delete everything. It won't touch the structure of the table. It won't delete the table, sir. The table will be there, but data will be deleted. If you go for truncate. If you go for truncate, hold on. I will talk about these two. One of the most important interview question. Even you are a DBA, they will ask you this question, sir. Even you are a DBA, they will ask you this question. Okay. So rename means you are just change the object name, sir. For example, you wanted to change the database name. Okay. If you wanted to change the object name. Okay. Either you can go for command line or you can go for the graphical user interface. Mostly rename we won't use, sir. Rare case. We can directly right click and change the object name. So rename is also command where you can change the object names. Object names. It can be table, view, store browser, database name, whatever you can use it. Rename. So these 5 commands will falls under data definition language. These 5 commands: create, alter, drop, truncate, rename. So you need to remember this one. You must and should remember these 5 commands. Now, throughout the global, we know about this one, DML, data manipulation language. Data manipulation language, which will falls under insert, update, delete. If you wanted to insert your record, insert. If you wanted to update your record, update. If you wanted to delete your record, delete it. For example, if you wanted to create an account on specific bank, they will insert your data. So if you wanted to modify your address, your mobile number, your email address, they will go for update. If you wanted to close your account, they will go for the delete. So throughout the global, industry is performing 3 operations: inserts, updates, delete. Insert, update, delete. So we already know how what is insert, what is update, what is delete. Very simple to understand. So if you are entering a record, you will go for insert. You already there, you wanted to modify something. Data, again, data manipulation. Data manipulation, so means already data is there that you are modifying or you are loading new data. Either you are loading new data or you are modifying some existing data. So you will go for insert, update, delete. So these 3 are more powerful commands you need to remember, and regularly will perform these 3 only, sir. Regularly we will perform these 3: inserts, update, deletes. Okay, create means we will create a structure. Every time will I create a structure, Subbu? No, you already created structure. Then you are loading the data, manipulating the data, deleting the data. You will do inserts, update, delete more frequently. You means developers will do more inserts, update, delete more frequently. These 3 will falls under DML commands, data manipulation command. Now, finally, there is one more language called data query language or data retrieval language. Retrieval language. You can call it as a DQL or you can call it a DRL, data retrieval language. Nothing but select statement. Only one command, sir. Data retrieval language, only one command, select. Nothing but your bank statement, credit card statement, electricity bill, water bill, mobile. Okay, it's like a data is already there. You are seeing the report. You are seeing the report, sir. DRL. Okay, is the more powerful command, sir. Than insert, update, delete. The select is more powerful. Okay, because you already having a data, you are seeing the data. Okay, in different metrics you will use, for functions you will use while you are retrieving the data, calculations, aggregations. You will do many things before I see the data. Okay, so DRL, data retrieval language or data query language, both are same, sir. Whatever name you can remember, which will falls under select statement. Only one command. So these are the 2 major languages developers will use, sir. These are the major 2 languages, 3 languages. These are the major 3 languages developer will use. And one more language they will use called, okay, TCL, transaction control language, like a commit, rollback, save point. Okay, means let's understand, sir, very simple. There are 2 types of transactions will perform, like when you are performing insert, update, delete. When you are performing insert, update, delete, there are 2 types of. So technically we'll call it as a query. Technically we'll call it as a transaction, sir. Okay, 2 types of transactions will perform. Okay, transactions will perform. What are the 2 transactions? Implicit transaction. Okay, one is explicit transaction. You should understand this one, sir. Again, I will come back this two in isolation levels. Okay. Oh, I forget to explain about asset properties, right? Yeah, come on. Okay, I will explain now, sir. Okay, these are the two transactions we'll perform: implicit transaction, explicit transaction. Okay, again, I will come back this when we are talking about isolation levels. Okay, in advanced performance tuning, locking, blocking, deadlocks, isolation level. Almost 3 to 4 days we'll spend here only, sir. Okay, very more technical concepts, isolation levels, reads, isolation levels, locking, blocking, deadlocks, spin locks, lock escalations, much more. Okay, much more we need to discuss. So to help that, you should understand we are going to perform two type of transactions. One is implicit transaction, one is explicit transaction. What do you mean by implicit transaction, Subbu? What do you mean by explicit transaction means? Okay, for example, okay, you are insert into emp values, and you are loading some data, sir. Okay, you are loading some data. For example, you are loading some data. So when you load the data, this is implicit transaction, means it is auto commit. Automatically the data will be committed and load into the MDF file. Until unless you commit, data won't go to the MDF file, sir. Okay, so this insert, update, delete are implicit transaction. Insert, not only insert, sir, update, okay, and delete. Okay, delete are auto commit. Auto commit means automatically it will commit and it will load the data into the database. But same statement when you are writing with a begin run. Okay, end. These are explicit transactions. Same statement. Okay, same insert, update, delete. Okay, when you return in the begin and end, this is explicit transactions. You need to explicitly commit. Once your operation is done, you need to trigger the commit. Commit means I am committing the data move to the MDF file. Okay, so insert, update, delete, by default it is an implicit transaction, so automatically data is keep on moving to the MDF files. But same statement, if you are returning with begin ran and end, then it is an explicit transaction. You need to explicitly commit the data. You need to explicitly commit the data. There is a demo, sir, on this one: implicit transaction, explicit transaction, how it is working. Okay, what is the default? We'll talk in depth when we go for advanced level. As of now, what you need to remember, there are two types of transactions we'll perform. What is the two transaction? One is implicit transaction, one is explicit transaction. What do you mean by implicit transaction? By default, insert, update, delete is the implicit transaction, means auto committed. So what is explicit transaction? Same statement, if you return in begin and end, these are explicit transaction. You need to explicitly commit or roll back. Means by mistakenly you done some changes, I don't want it to reflect in my database, I wanted to roll back. So commit, rollback are the two commands in the TCL, transaction control language. Transaction control language, commit, rollback. So what do you mean by rollback? If you by mistakenly done some changes, I wanted to revert back, then go for the rollback. I wanted to apply, then go for the commit. But by default, insert, update, delete are commit only, sir. Okay, but same insert, update, delete when you are returning in the begin, tran, and end, those are explicit transaction. You need to explicitly commit the data. As of now, just remember this one. There is a separate session for this one, sir. Okay, about the transaction. We'll go deeper in the advanced level. Is it clear, everyone? But very, very important concept. Very, very important concept. As a DBA, we must and should know this. Now, there is a save point. What do you mean by save point? You are playing the games, right? Everyone will play the games, either PUBG or God of War or something. Somewhere every day, whenever you are playing, you will move from one stage to another stage. You will save the game. The game is automatically saving. Next day, you will where you stop, you will start from there only, right? Like same. For example, they are writing a stored procedure. Okay, assume this is a stored procedure, a massive stored procedure which contains thousands of code, thousands lines of code. Okay, thousands lines of code. So see, they written a massive stored procedure. It's a very small stored procedure. They are returning a massive stored procedure. Is it possible to write all the thousands of code in a single day? No, sir. No, because ideas need to be get. What is the requirement? Ideas need to be get. They need to test it. Oh my God, multiple. So what they will do, right? So for example, they written something. They developed this one today. So when they are living, they will keep the save point. They will keep the save point. They will keep the save point here. So whatever they written, it will be saved. From tomorrow, again they will start. So that is how save point is working, sir. Like in the gaming also, it is working same, right? Like same in SQL also, there is a concept called save point. You can save whatever you written, not implicit transactions, sir. These are all implicit transactions, okay? Insert, update, delete. These are all implicit transactions. You can't save it until unless you written a stored procedure functions. You are writing something, a massive programmability. Then only you will get a concept called save point. Not for insert, update, delete. You can't keep a save point. No, you can't keep it. You need to return the stored procedures functions. You can keep the save point. You can keep the save point.
So go
Is
on
it clear? Yes.
So regarding the insert update delete, you said right. We need to it will be auto commit. If you are using insert update delete, it will auto commit. If you are using within the begin procedure, we need to issue the commit. That's what you said, right?
Yes.
But in Oracle's vice versa, right? If after issuing DML, we have to give the commit, then only the transaction will get the insert update. It's not auto commit in Oracle.
No, it's in SQL. It's a auto commit, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Understood.
Automatically will commit. Good. Now, finally, DCL. Okay. Data control language. Grant, revoke. This is DBA task, sir. Okay. If you wanted to grant a permission, you will grant using grant command, you can grant the permission. If you wanted to revoke the permission, means I wanted to take back the permission, I can revoke the permission. Okay. Grant, revoke is a DCL command. Out of these 5 languages, okay, grant means granting the permission, revoke means revoking the permission. So we'll talk when we are discussing security. Okay, so out of these 5, there are 2 important questions. Even you are a DBA, they will ask you 2 questions, sir. Okay, one is these 2. What is the commands will falls under TCL? What is the commands will falls under DCL? Okay, this is one question. And what is the difference between truncate and delete? This is the second question. Out of this, delete and truncate is the most important question. And rare case, they may ask you about what is the commands will falls under DCL, what is the commands falls under TCL. Okay, so mostly we will get confused about these 2 commands, but we need to remember, sir. Even I also sometimes not recall immediately if someone is asking. Okay, but definitely we need to remember these 2 questions. What are the 2 questions? What is the difference between truncate and delete? And what is the difference between DCL and TCL? What are the commands will comes under DCL? What are the commands comes under TCL? So TCL for developers, DCL for DBAs. Okay. Now, what is the difference between truncate and delete? Okay, truncate and delete. Let me ask you, everyone received the material? No, right? No. Yes. No, right?
No, support.
No. Okay. Today we'll share it, sir. Okay. Yeah. And I will update in the WhatsApp group chat. So Very important is delete and truncate. Okay. So if someone is asking what is the difference between delete and truncate, Subbu? Truncate is a DDL command, delete is a DML command. First thing, truncate is a DDL command, delete is a DML command. So truncate, we can't use where class. Means truncate table, okay, employee. This is the command. That's it. Truncate table, table name. This is the command, sir. You can't use where class. Okay, but delete, you can use where class. Delete, okay, table, employee, where, you can use the where class, where employee ID equal to 125. Whatever the employee ID 125, it will delete the record. It will delete the record. Means you can use the where class in the delete statement. You can't use the where class in the truncate statement. You can't use the where class. This is the one of the most important difference. One is a DDL, DML. Second is in the material. I already provided the differences. All this stuff, sir. Okay, I will share the material today. I will tell you what material you need to read also. Okay, so one is a where class. Okay, one is a where class. One is DDL, DML. Third difference. Okay, truncate will delete whole data, whole data and keep the structure. It will delete complete data and it will keep the table structure. It won't delete. Okay, delete also won't touch the structure, sir. Okay, delete also won't touch the structure of the table. It won't touch the structure. What it will do? It will delete single record. It will delete multiple record. It will delete whole data, whole records, everything it will delete. Okay, it will delete the single record, multiple records, whole data. Delete also do the same thing. But truncate, you don't have any options, sir. It will delete everything. At one shot, it will delete. Okay, but delete we can control. Hey, I want delete only specific records. I want delete only this record. Okay, but truncate not. It will delete everything because there is no where class. In the truncate, there is no where class, but in the delete, there is a where class where you can filter, where you can use the filter, when you go for, especially go for where class. So what is the third difference? Truncate means it will delete everything at one shot, but delete, with the help of delete, you can delete the single record, multiple records, whole data also you can delete, sir. Whole data, that is a possibility in the delete option, but not in the truncate. Truncate means it delete everything. Okay, and truncate is much faster when you compare with the delete. Truncate is the much faster when you compare with the delete. That is the one thing. So one difference, truncate is a much faster. It won't impact the performance. It will improve the performance when you want to delete a huge data. If you decide to delete the huge data rather than going for delete, you can directly go for truncate. It will truncate the data as quickly when you compare with the delete. When you compare with the delete, truncate is much faster, which will improve the performance of the delete, which will improve the performance of deleting the records. If you want delete whole data, sir. Okay, whole data. One more is you can't roll back the data if you go for truncate. When you go for the truncate, so for example, I use the truncate. What it done? It roll back the data. Means entire records has been deleted. Can I revert it back again? No, you can't revert the truncate operations. You can't revert the changes if you perform truncate, but you can revert the changes when you go for delete. Rollback is possible when you go for delete. Rollback is not possible when you go for truncate. These are the 5 major differences you need to remember. Everyone, you need to remember, sir. If someone is asking what is the difference between truncate and delete, truncate is a DDL command, delete is a DML command. Truncate, we can't use the where class, but we can use the where class in the delete. Truncate means deleting the whole data at one shot, but when you go for delete, we can delete the single record, multiple records, okay, and whole data also we can delete. Truncate will improve the performance when you compare with the delete, okay, and we can't roll back the data when you go for truncate, but we can roll back the data when you go for delete. Got it? No? Yes?
Yeah,
Sorry.
when you say to roll back,
Rollback means
does
reverting
it mean
changes, sir. Reverting the changes back. I done something. I don't want again. By mistakenly done. I want to revert back the changes. Will it possible? Not in truncate. Yes in delete. Got it? You done some changes. Will I need to apply or will I need to revert? I wanted to revert, sir. That is possible when you go for delete. That is not possible when you go for truncate.
yeah, how does it like my doubt is like if I want to delete a specific role and after I've deleted the specific role,
You can go
then I
for where
use
class,
rollback.
where employee ID equal to so and so name, so and so ID. Then it will delete specific record, but it is not possible for truncate. Delete yes. You are using filter, right? Where class. Where class.
Yes.
Yeah. No, understood or not understood?
Yes, I'm understood.
Okay, so these are the 5 different languages are there in entire SQL Server. Okay. Okay. I don't know about the syntaxes, Subbu. What is the syntax for create, alter, drop, all the stuff. Okay. You can go for the, okay. It's technically earlier we used to call it as a Java point, okay. Where you will get the syntax for Python, you will get the syntax for Java, JavaScripts, like SQL, C, C++, HTML, CSS. Okay. T point tech now they upgraded. Earlier it is a Java point only, sir. Earlier we used to call it as a Java point. Okay. Now when you go for SQL, you will get all the syntax. See, each and every syntax. If you want to know about the syntax, so what is the syntax if I wanted to create a table? Okay. So create table, table name, create table, table name. And the most very important is column name, data type. Data types are very important, sir. Okay. Data types are very important. When you especially go for SQL Server, not SQL Server, sir, in all the database management system, see, these are data types like integer, varchar, okay, char. Is there anywhere char? Okay, let's go for equal data types. Okay, data types. It is common, sir. Okay, char, varchar, binary, var binary, tiny blob, tiny text, text, blob, medium text, medium blob, long text, long blob, enum. Okay, these many data types are available if you go for different database management system. So especially this data types will falls under SQL Server. Okay, this data type will falls under MySQL. Okay, and scroll down, down. Yeah. So mainly focus on MS Access. Okay, SQL Server. Like Oracle, almost all are common only. All the database management will follow common, but here and there little changes are. Out of that, at least you need to remember char, varchar, n varchar, nchar, n varchar, init, and float, double, float, double, and date, time, date, time. At least you need to remember this one: integer, okay, character, varchar. Even when you are in the graduation, okay, definitely this will comes into nowadays. Okay, now we are in 2025. When you choose the CS especially, okay, branches, we will get this. At least we'll get, sir, the basic stuff. I'm not sure how many people knows all this stuff, but if you don't know, you need to spend some time this one. Okay, before I go into the SQL, you need to know about what exactly we can do in the SQL, sir. Then only you can understand what DBs are doing. Of course, you are not developing anything, but you should know. Okay, when I'm going to create a table, okay, if I wanted to create a table, create table, okay, table name, okay, braces, and column name, integer means I am telling that in this column I am going to store integer. I am going to store integer. I am going to store integer value. Numeric value, sorry, integer is nothing but numeric value. And employee name. Okay, name, employee name. Okay, employee name, I can go for char or I can go for varchar. Okay, varchar. See, char, varchar is very important. You should understand the difference. Char, okay, varchar. Char is a fixed length data type, sir. What do you mean by fixed length data type? Means if I go for 50, okay, when you are loading your name as an employee name, okay, your name should be means, for example, take John. Okay, take John. 4 characters only. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 characters. There is, for example, there is no surname, nothing. His name is John. Okay, 4 characters. But you are saying that char 50 means it will hold 50 character space for every column, every record, whatever you are inserting, right? Employee ID 1095, John, okay, salary $1,000, okay, and date of joining 2025. Okay, now you are inserting a record. When you are inserting a record, his name is John, only 4 characters. Okay, but this column will store 50 characters only. Means unnecessarily the storage is wasting. Unnecessarily the storage is wasting because char means fixed. If whatever you are inserting the data, it will be 50 or below 50. It will store 50 data only. How much 50? How much 50 character size? It will store that it will take that much size from the disk. Okay, for every record, every page, it will store that much. So mostly we won't go for the fixed length data types. Okay, but it will waste our storage. Someone will tell, too many experts are saying, sir, okay, if you're good at SQL, you need to go for fixed length data type. If you're good at SQL in the performance tuning, go for the fixed length data types. It will improve the performance. It will improve the performance, sir, if you go for fixed length data types. Okay, because whatever the character you are inserting, I don't bother. I will store 50 only. I will keep the size as a 50. But if you go for varchar and you are showing 50, okay, if you are inserting John, okay, 4 characters you are inserting, only it will store only 4. Remaining 46 character size is free, right? That will release. You can use for some other record. Okay, you can use for next record. Okay, it will release that space. It will release the space. Okay, it won't consume that 50. Release the space. So this is a not fixed length data type. It's not a fixed length data type. It is a fixed length data type, It is non-fixed length data type. It will reach the space where char, but char it won't release. It will hold that 50 character space. You are loading whatever data you are loading, forget about sir. Then where the problem will start, Subbu, means in the performance you told that how the problem will start. So for example, you are inserting 1000 records. Okay, 10 records, 5 characters. Okay, 50 records, 20 characters. 100 records, 100 records like a 20 characters. 100 records, 30 characters. Now see, the length of the column is varying, right? Yes or no? So for example, X, to understand easily, sir. X, double X, triple X, 4Xs, 5Xs. Okay. Now see, this is the column, and it is varying, right, every time. Agree, not agree? The length of the column is varying, right? Everyone, the length of the column is varying, right? Agree, not agree, everyone?
Agree.
Yes, this will impact when you are creating the index on this table, sir. In the index on this column. When you are creating index on this column, the performance will be vary because every column is little differ when you compare with the previous column. The size, the length is varying, sir. That time, index won't give the best performance when you go for non-fixed length data types. When you go for non-fixed length data types and you are creating on top of that, you are creating indexes, it won't give that much performance when you compare with the fixed length data types. So better go for the fixed length data type. Even the storage is wasting, but it will improve the performance a lot. If you are having a storage constraint in your project, hey, I don't have that much storage. Can you help me? Then go for the non-fixed length data type, sir. If you are having good budget on the storage, then go for the fixed length data type. It will improve the performance like anything. Means it will improve the performance, sir, when you compare with the non-fixed length data types. Accepted? I think it is too much technical. No worries if you're not understanding. I will talk when we are talking on indexes. Index. So 1 week we are spending on indexes, sir. Now think that how indexes are playing a major role as a DBA. 1 week means almost 12 to 15 hours we are spending on indexes. 12 to 15 hours we'll spend on indexes, sir. I will talk in depth on indexes. That time again I will come back all this one. Okay, what is narrow, what is fixed length data type, non-fixed length data types, variable length data types. We'll talk more, sir. Don't think too much if you're not understanding right away. Okay, only for experienced people they can understand, but the people who are starting the journey, don't think too much, sir. If you're not understanding also, well and good. There is a dedicated sessions, okay, where I will show you practical demos. Yep. No? Yes?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you, sir. So what you need to understand means, when I'm creating a table, I need column name, I need data type. When you are creating a table, I need column name, I need data type. Data type. What do you mean by data type? What sort of data you are loading on that column? Integer data, character data, float data, means decimal data. If you are having like this decimal data, you will go for float, you will go for double. Okay. For example, you are loading images, then I can go for LOB, large binary object. You are loading XML, XML data, then I can go for XML data type. So you are loading geographical data. Okay, geographical data like longitude, latitude, longitude. Okay, that sort of data you are loading into the table. Then you will go for different data types, sir. Okay, so what's you don't know. Okay, developers will take care everything. So what sort of table address, what sort of data they are loading, based on that they will choose the data types. Out of this, definitely you need to remember char, varchar, nchar. N means nchar. What do you mean by char? Nchar, Subbu, means nchar contains numeric combination of numeric and characters, sir. Nchar contains numeric and character. So if take your passport, or take your PAN card. Okay, take your PAN card. It contains numeric and characters, right? In India, especially when you go for India, PAN card contains numeric and character, right? Agree, not agree, everyone? Yes, right? Like in US, there is a SSN number, social or something. Yes, SSN number. What is that? I forget. Come on.
Social security number.
Sorry.
Social security.
Social security number.
SSN.
Yes, SSN. Social security number. When I wanted to create one educational account, okay, like a Gmail, okay, I research a lot in US what is happening. Okay, then SSN number is very important. So I generated the SSN number. I done something. Okay, like in India, like a PAN card, Aadhaar card. Like in US, when you go for SSN number, sir, it is a combination of characters and numerics. So if you're loading the data which contains characters, numerics, then you'll go for nchar, nvarchar. Okay, and you don't know the size of the data what you are loading, then you can go for the max. Okay, if you don't know the size, like 50 characters, 30 characters, 25 characters, 255 characters, then you can go for the max, but don't prefer the max. It will impact the performance like anything. And even yesterday I took interview and they asked a question: will you prefer to create the index on the data type where the length is max? The length is max. I told no, we should not prefer the indexes on max data types, sir, because it will impact the performance. It consume lot of storage, the max data types. So we won't recommend to create the indexes on the max data types. So spend some time, I can say. Okay, not only DBS, you need to learn little about the development as well, like data types, how to create a table, how to create a structure. In meanwhile, when we are training, I will create a tables multiple times. I will insert the data multiple times. I will delete the data multiple times. Okay, truncate, drop. I will use multiple times, sir, so that you will become strong. No worries. Okay, no worries. You are having lot of syntax here. Okay, whenever you are having some time, so practice, especially for creating the table. Okay, inserting the data, updating the data, deleting the data, and dropping, truncating, sir. And there are other also. When we are in our keep on 60 days journey, you will learn about join condition, subqueries. Not only that, where class, all the stuff will learn, sir. Okay, I am not telling that today itself I will complete the development or you will become strong. Okay, no. Throughout our journey, I am creating the tables, views, indexes. Then you will become strong, sir. Okay, but my intention is you need to know about this concepts at least. Remember, okay, tables, views, store procedure, functions, triggers, cursors, all this stuff you should know, sir. Especially either any database management system. I'm not saying that SQL Server. If you go for any database management system, you must and should know at least about this one. Along with this, you should know about two more concepts, sir. Especially developers, not for DBS. Okay, especially developers. Okay, technically we are calling as a database DBMS, database management system. Okay, database management system. In olden days, okay, years ago we used to database management system. Its name, okay, called EF cod. Its name EF cod. Okay, EF cod. He created 12 rules. Okay, he created 12 rules. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, 12 rules. After he created 12 rules, all the database management system, including SQL Server also, means Microsoft SQL Server also, like Oracle, DB2, Sybase, Teradata, all the database management system, they redesign the code. They redesign complete their structure to fulfill EF code rules. To fulfill EF code rules. Okay, after EF code introduced these 12 rules, like the information rule, guaranteed access rule, semantic treatment for null values, active online catalog rules, like 12 rules he introduced. Okay, 12 rules he introduced. Then all the database management system, they redesign complete their structure to fulfill these 12 rules. But 11.3 something, 11.5, 11.3, 11.5 only, they fulfill. All the database management systems are fulfilling, sir. Not 12, I think so. Okay. I not researched now recently. Earlier, I used to teach the development as well. Now I am not teaching the development. Okay. Years ago, like 8 years ago, I used to teach the development. Now I am not teaching the development. When I'm earlier, but not now. There is one small leakage, especially in Oracle. I not read much about SQL, EF code rules, all this stuff. When I'm in the Oracle Labs technical, okay, when I'm learning Oracle Labs technical, that time Oracle development is very important, right? There is a one leakage in the stored procedures. Okay, I'm not recalling. So one of the expert told that many database management system not supporting exact 12 rules, but 11.3, 11.25 only they are supporting. So there is small leakage in the data. When there is a loophole, that means there is a loophole, and I'm not recalling that loophole. So if someone is asking what is EF code rules, okay, EF code is a guy who designed the 12 rules, and earlier before we call it as a RDBMS, Relational Database Management System, RDBMS. Okay, all the DBMS technologies, they redesign their structure, complete their structure to fulfill these 12 rules. Okay, to fulfill the 12 rules, and they are calling as a RDBMS, Relational Database Management System. Okay, Relational Database Management System. So at least remember that, okay, there is a EF code who created 12 rules, and all the database management system like Oracle, DB2, SQL Server, Postgres, every database management system, they redesign complete their structure, internal structure to fulfill these rules. Okay, now almost 11 to 12 rules are fulfilling by each and every database management system. But what exactly they are doing? No need to worry, sir. We are a DBS. Basically, developers need to take care. We no need to worry, but just at least remember that you know about there is a EF card who created 12 rules, who designed these 12 rules, who all the database management system redesigned their queries to fulfill this 12 rules. Got it, everyone? What they are doing, you no need to worry, sir, as a DBA. So when I'm telling that when I will start development, I will start from here only, sir. Okay, I won't directly go into the development, but I will start from here. Yep. So if everything time permits, within this year I will start the development first. Okay. Then I will start from EF card rules only. From base only I will start, sir. Okay, 1 week we'll spend on the base only, like a data modeling. Many people who are attending interviews, experienced people, they will ask you about the data modeling. Okay, data fact tables, star schema, multi-dimensional. What is the data modeling? Data modeling is also one of the important concepts. Okay, and they wanted to design the structure of the tables. Massive, sir. Again, developers are doing many things. Okay, DBS you are just maintaining. No worries. Don't think much, sir. Okay. But what my intention is, I wanted to give an idea. Okay, what developers are doing. I mean to say, you are not doing. You means that you go and do certain things. No, but at least you should understand how hard work you are doing. Same more than us developers, application team are doing, sir. Okay, you need to have some soft concern about them. Okay, so as a DPA, we are doing support, but they are doing lot of stuff. They are doing lot of stuff than us. Now, finally, there is one more concept you must and should, sir, about a concept called normalization. A concept called normalization. Okay, I'm not going for deeper, but there is a concept called normalization. Means when they are creating a structure, means a table. When they are creating a structure of the tables, they will follow this normalization. They will follow this normalization, like normalization 1, normalization 2, normalization 3, bytecode normalization, normalization 4, normalization 5. Total 6 normalizations are there. As a developer, when they are creating a structure of the table, okay, they will follow this normalization. Okay, they will follow this normalization. What exactly, Subbu? Can you brief me in a single line? Means, for example, you are creating a table. Okay, structure in the sense tables are primary is a table. Okay, table. See, take a simple example. Microsoft provided documents, a database. So AdventureWorks is a Microsoft provided database, sir, for sample database. Okay, see, you will see the per address table. Okay, a separate table. Address type as a separate table. Passwords a separate table. Region, and there will be region as a separate table, email address as a separate table. Okay, contact type separate table. Okay, separate table. See, when you are creating a table, okay, when you are creating the table, don't keep everything in single table, sir. That is not a best practice. See, if you go to the bank and you wanted to create a you wanted to load your data, what sort of data you are maintaining? Your first name, middle name, last name, your surname, your full name, your account number, okay, along with your minimum balance, maximum balance, how much you are creating, how much you are debiting, when your account is open, when you close, you need to maintain one more column, along with your documents, your identity proof. It includes address. Address includes street number, street number, door numbers, street location, door numbers, along with your full address. Okay, where is your region? Means which state you are belong to, which country you are belong to, and which district you are belong to. So it need a lot of columns if you want to load a data. But will I keep everything in single table? No, sir. That's not at all best practice. So what are the primary columns which are very important that I will create in one table? Like address, I will keep in separate table. Region, I will keep in separate table. Your email address, your mobile numbers, I will keep in separate table. Your passwords, I will keep in separate table. I need to protect, sir, always. Okay, I need to protect. So how they are protecting means with the help of normalization, they are dividing the columns into the multiple tables. Okay, they don't want to keep everything in single table. They wanted to keep the data in the different tables. Got it? No? Yes? Everyone?
Yes, Subbu.
Okay, that is how normalization is working, sir. Okay, in a simple lay terms to understand, I don't want to keep more columns in single table. I don't want to keep everything in single table. So I wanted to make a parent and child relationship. Like parent is my primary table. What is the primary table? What do you mean by primary table? Means which contains my name, my account address, my minimum balance, my current balance, max amount. That is a primary table. What is the child tables? My address will be the child table. My passwords, email address will be the child table. My region will be the child table. Some other columns will be the child table. And there is a relation between these two tables. There is a relation between these two tables. How they are creating a relationship is with the help of a concept called integrity constraints. There is a concept in SQL called integrity constraints. Okay, there is a concept called integrity constraints. Anywhere, yeah, constraints, integrity constraints. Okay, let's go to the SQL, sir. Okay, anywhere they are telling about integrity constraints. No, they are not telling. But there is a concept called integrity constraints where you will see, okay, not null, okay, not null, check, okay, unique queue, primary key, foreign key, foreign key. These are the 5 integrity constraints are there. Okay, out of this, these 2 are very important. Parent table, I will create the primary key. Child table, I will create the foreign key where it will make the relation between these 2 tables. Okay, primary key, foreign key will like a parent and child. Parent, who is the primary key, is a parent. Foreign key is like a child. Foreign key is a child. For example, this is my primary table, employee accounts table. Okay, employee password table. So here you will get the employee ID and I will make it as a primary key. Here also there is a employee ID where I will make as a foreign key. Foreign key. Okay, like these 2, using these 2 columns, I can join the table and I can retrieve the data. Whenever I need, I can join this 2 table and retrieve the data. Using primary key, foreign key, I can make the relationship between these 2 tables. Okay, so this is how they will design, developers will design the tables like a parent and child, and they don't want to keep all the columns in single table. So this fulfillment is happening via normalization. This fulfillment is happening via normalization. So normalization is helping while you are creating a structure of the table, means your tables. Got it? No? Yes? Are there online people?
Yes, it's okay.
Yeah. So whenever you are having some free time, not I mean to say not immediately, but little focus, like what is normalization, what is AF card rules, what exactly the development peoples are doing, all this stuff. But throughout our journey, okay, no worries. I will do many things, sir. I will try to create the tables, insert the data, update the data, delete the data. I will do many things. We will become strong, sir. What else I'm missing? Oh, asset properties. Okay. Every database engine, it can be Oracle, it can be SQL, it can be Postgres, it can be MongoDB. Every database engine need to fulfill these asset properties. Asset properties. Need to fulfill these asset properties. Every database management system, every transaction need to fulfill this asset properties. What do you mean this, Subbu? A stands for atomicity, C stands for consistency, I stands for isolation, D stands for durability. Okay, D stands for durability. So every database management system need to fulfill these asset properties, right? A stands for atomicity, C stands for consistency, D stands for I stands for isolation, D stands for durability. What exactly? In a simple lay terms, Subbu. In a simple lay terms. Okay. What do you mean by asset property means? Best example, ATM machine, sir. Every transaction, whatever you are going to perform, either it should be fully committed or fully rollback. Means, if you go to the ATM machine and you will try to withdraw some amount, okay. So, for example, you are withdrawing $1,000. Okay, you need to receive that $1,000, and $1,000 should be detected from your account. Correct? Agree? Not agree? Yes, right? So that is a fully transaction. Sometimes, maybe due to network issue, due to that ATM machine issue, sometimes you try to go to the ATM machine withdraw amount. Okay, your amount has been detected from your account, but you won't receive the cash. At least once everyone faces either from the UPI payments or from the ATM machines. At least once in our career, we may face these issues. Okay, then you will call to customer care and you will raise a complaint, and they will accept your complaint, and they will tell that hold for 2 to 3 days. It will revert back. Correct, everyone? So that is taken care by the atomicity. For example, sir, I mean to say. Example means every transaction, whatever you are performing, that need to fully committed or fully rollback. Or fully committed or fully rollback, sir. It's not should be partial. It not should be partial. That is going to taken care by the atomicity. That is going to taken care by the atomicity. Now, consistency. When you are loading the data, you should not violate the behavior. You should not violate the behavior of the structure when you are loading the data. When you are loading the data, it should not behave, it should not violate the behavior. Okay, behavior. So that will be taken care by the consistency. Means, what do you mean that, Subbu? For example, in a simple to understand. For example, you are saying that if you go to the bank and you want to open account, okay, bank people are telling you need to deposit minimum, okay, minimum $1,000, okay, 1,000 rupees in Indian currency, $1,000 in other currency, but in Indian currency, 1,000 rupees minimum. And you were telling, hey, I don't have 1,000 rupees. Will you open my account? How they can open, sir? It is violating the behavior, right? Yes or no? Agree? Not agree, everyone? 1 second, sir. Somewhere I'm getting voice. Here, this is one. Okay. So, if you want to open an account, you need to minimum deposit 1,000. Without deposit, that you can't load the data. It is because it is violating the behavior. Okay. So that is going to taken care by the consistency. In other words also, like some sort of junk data, like corrupted data. If you are loading any corrupted data into the database, okay, that will make some corruptions if whatever the data you are loading, okay, that should not allow, sir, especially. Okay, that sort of data should not allow into the database. Okay, that should not be allowed into the database. That is also taken care by the consistency. Some people will tell that it should not violate the behavior. Some people may also tell that you should not load something which is making some corruption, all this stuff. That sort of data into the database, that is going to taken care by the consistency. That is going to taken care by the consistency, sir. And isolation. Next is isolation level. Every transaction is independent, sir. What you mean by isolation is independent. Every transaction is independent. See, if you go to the ATM machines, in one ATM center, you are having multiple machines. Okay, one or two machines they will keep, or some ATM centers will have only one ATM machine. Okay, for example, you are having three different ATM machines. Okay, say three machines are there in the one ATM center. Will you won't allow other people to go and use that ATM machines? No, right? Every ATM machine is independent. For example, you are having three ATM machines. Okay, you can use one ATM machine. You can use one ATM machine. You can use one other can use one more ATM machine. User 2 can use this ATM machine. User 3 can use this ATM machine. User 1 can use this ATM machines. But user 4 need to wait, sir. Until any one of the user complete, user 4 need to wait. So that is going to taken care by the isolation. Okay. Multiple user can access the database. Multiple users can perform multiple transactions, but that is like which object you are performing, which table you are performing, that will comes into the picture. So as of now, I'm just talking isolation level only for these 2 minutes only, but dedicatedly, I need to spend almost 2 to 3 hours about isolation level to understand, sir. Okay, we are having different types of isolation level, like read commit isolation level, read and commit isolation level, repeatable read isolation level, serializable isolation level, snapshot isolation level, snapshot read commit isolation level. You should understand all this one, and little boring concept, but you should understand. Okay, little too much boring concept, but too much very important, sir. If you wanted to become strong in locking, blocking, deadlocks, if you wanted to become strong in locking, blocking, deadlocks, you should understand about isolation level. If you're not understanding isolation level, it's very tough to troubleshoot the blocking and deadlocks. Forget about locks. Locks is a common, but blocking, deadlocks are you need to troubleshoot, sir. So if you want to troubleshoot, you need to become strong in isolation level. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, isolation level. Again, I will come back isolation level in the advanced level. You will become that much stronger. Okay, best example is I told you, right, ATM machines. So one person complete, second person. This person will complete, second person. This will come, this person. This done, this person. Okay, so that is how isolation is working. Finally, durability. You know about wall concept, right? We discuss about wall. Means whatever the changes you are making, all the changes need to go into the LDF file to fulfill the durability, sir. In case of any disaster occur, in case of any outages, okay, no worries. I'm having data in the disk also. I'm having data in the disk. I'm not keeping everything in the cache. Whatever the changes you are making, all the changes also going into the disk. Durability. If everything is done, data will move to the disk. That is going to be taken care by the durability. So every database management system, knowingly, unknowingly, is fulfilling asset properties, sir. Is fulfilling asset properties. Out of this is very important for DBS. Okay, rest. No theoretical, okay, fine. But isolation level, we should know about the practical, sir. Okay, see, again, no worries. Wherever practical, I will go for practical only. Wherever theoretical, go for theoretical, sir. Yeah. Any questions so far? Good? No? Yes? Any questions?
So, can we know in depth about the normalization?
Again, I told you, right? It's very simple. Normalization is dividing the tables into piece of like a parent and child kind of relationship, sir. That's what I told you, right? When I just start the development, okay, I will go in depth with the practical demos. Not now, sir. Okay.
Okay.
Don't think negative, okay? We are not a developers basically. We are a DBS. Developers need to know very good knowledge on all the stuff, whatever so far we discussed. But DBA, at least we should know that functionality, sir. That's what I told you, right?
Yeah,
Normalization.
in interview, they ask like, have you worked on normalization? How you perform?
That's what they will ask you about 3 concepts, interview point of view. One is normalization. One is on delete and truncate. One is on data modeling. These are not easy to project user. I can do one thing, okay? Anyhow, I'm planning that one. I don't want to say like simply. Shortly, you will get the video, sir. Okay, I can say. I don't want to say the tentative date, okay? In my mind, there are a lot of running. Shortly, we'll get it, Lokesh, about the normalization. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah, that I can promise you. I told you, right? Every week you will get 2 videos. Okay. From this week onwards, we are planning, sir. Okay. So first, as I promise you, I need to done 30 sessions. Okay. As a DBA, first I need to complete those 30 sessions. Then definitely I will focus on the stuff, sir. Mostly every week two sessions means sometimes every week 4 sessions also you will get it. Okay, because I will do 2 sessions, I will do 2 sessions. Okay, if time permits, I will also do 2 sessions. So if we are getting 4 sessions per week within span of 1.5 month or 2 months, we can complete those 30 sessions. Now I'm having a lot of free time. Okay, in our mind, myself and Sai mind, we need to complete that 30 sessions first. Okay, I know that is one of the most important concept we must and should know. Definitely you will get back, sir, because I need to prepare PPTs, demos, which you need to understand easily, where you can deliver easily to the interviewer. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. You will get it, sir. Okay, shortly. So that's what our main plan. Every week we need to get the 2 sessions, okay? Need to be delivered. Okay, that's what our main plan. We are not delivering everything on the live sessions. It's very tough to us. So that's a plan for us. First, we need to fulfill, like, partitions are very important. CDs is very important. Column story is very important. Query story is very important. Extended events is very important. SSIS packages, Power BI, reporting services, analysis services are very important. We are lacking here only, sir. First, okay, let's fulfill those first, okay, as a priority. Then definitely, Lokesh, in my mind, I told you right before you ask, I need to deliver the development session this year. I will deliver, sir. Okay, but how? Let's plan. Okay, it may take some time, but definitely we'll get it. Okay, I hope everyone can understand my concern. Okay, this we are trying to bring our best, sir, but lacking the time is very important. Next 2 months I will be busy with the MongoDB. Okay, and I promised for the Postgres first batch also, like I need to share the material for Postgres, scripts like a GitHub repository. I need to go for GitHub repository for Postgres, a separate repository for Postgres. Okay, this is for SQL, like a SQL. How I'm keeping the repository for Postgres also. I need to keep the repository. I just place the repository, but I think I not placed anything. Okay, I need to update this one, and I need to keep for MongoDB one repository. I need to update the MongoDB scripts. Also, I'm planning to bring AWS. We already created the AWS free trial account, and we are trying to bring the AWS. In my mind, there are lots of, okay. Let's complete it. Okay, I don't want to tell the simply, okay, that one. So we completed half of the year. We are proudly say we bought the Postgres. in this half of the year. In the next year, in the next half, not next year, in the next half, we are trying to bring the MongoDB, and we are centralizing the MongoDB. We are centralizing the PostgreSDB. Of course, SQL is very healthy. Only 30 sessions we need to do. That 30 sessions and centralizing MongoDB, PostgreSDB. Then I will have some free time, sir. Okay. So I won't leave you until you wanted to learn something new. Okay. No worries. That I can promise you. So Adam is not there. He knows very well about us. Okay. He's following almost 5 years. Whatever we are learning, he is also learning, sir. Okay. I don't want say that I don't want publish something. Okay, this will do, that will do. But good stuff we are delivering. Okay. It will take some time, but we will deliver, sir. I hope everyone understood everyone. So only one thing is your support. You need to trust us. Okay. Yeah, Subbu will deliver. It may take some time, but he will deliver, because it's not easy to deliver some concepts. We need to do a lot of working is something different, delivering is something different. Okay. Now, okay, yeah, that's it, sir, about the development part. Just relax for 2 minutes. The one of the most important concept we are discussing is the recovery model. From now onwards, you love the concept SQL Server. You love all the concept. Okay, from now onwards, one of the most awaiting concept, one of the most interesting concept. No worries how to create a table, how to insert the data, how to update the data. I will talk, sir. Okay. Now onwards, I will talk all these concepts. You will get it. Okay. You will get it about integrity constraints. All you will get it. Just relax for 5 minutes. Okay. Just relax for 5 minutes. Don't think anything. Whatever you are having doubts, everything, just erase that one. Just relax for 5 minutes. We are going to start one of the most important concept in entire SQL Server. It's very simple concept in terms of practical. In terms of practical, it just falls under 10 seconds only. In practical, just 10 seconds. But theoretical will plays a major role, sir. So we are talking about that important concept, recovery model. Just relax for 5 minutes. Okay, everyone. Okay, no. Okay, that's for 5 minutes. Sharp 9:25 will start. Everyone back to online? No? Yes, everyone?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, let's start one of the most important concept. Okay. As a DPA, and this is very important in terms of interview, in terms of concept wise, very important, but practical wise, it's very easy, sir. Practical wise. Okay. See, in a simple to understand, recovery model is a property in the database, sir. Okay. Let me close everything. So when you create any database, okay. So if you go to the every database, any database, it can be system database, user databases. Okay. Recovery model is a property, is one of the property. It's one of the property. Then why this is very important, so why we are discussing in the starting phase. Okay. Because as a DPA, we are going to perform three activities. One is the backups, one is the restores, one is the high availability, one is the security, right? So first we are focusing on backups and restore only. As a DBA, you know how to create the database, but not depth, but you know how to create the database, not depth. Okay. Once you create the database, you will take the backups. Okay, you will take the backups. You need to protect the database via backups, and you need to restore if something happened, or if you want to do more, you will restore. So first, this week we are going to spend three concepts. Whole this week. One is recovery model, and next is backups, and next is restores. One of the most important concepts. So because whatever you are doing from the next week onwards, it will depends on here only. Whatever you are doing from next week onwards, it will depends on here only. Sir, I will go very slowly. Okay, please do practice on the same day. Okay, all these concepts are very, very important. Okay, the people. Okay, we'll talk in the ending. Okay, no worries. I don't want to disturb. Now, as of now, we are want to go for recovery model. What is a recovery model? Okay, recovery model. I will share these notes. Okay, recovery model is a property. So one of the property is one of the database property. Database properties. Property. Okay, database property. Okay, so one of the database property which controls okay the following. It controls what it will control, sir. It is a database property. That's it. Recovery model is one of the database property which controls the following. What following? That's what we wanted to understand. Okay. So what types of backups? What types of backups? Types of backups we can perform. Okay. What types of backups we can perform on DB side? On DB side. Okay. You need to understand backups. Anyhow, we are going to discuss. Sir, again, whatever I'm discussing today, you can't understand right away. Okay. So you need to bear until Saturday. All our dependency concepts are okay. Today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, and Saturday. Until Saturday, you will have small doubts. Wait for until Saturday, sir. It will be clarified. Okay, because all are dependency concepts. Many are the dependency concepts. So what type of backups we can perform on DB side? That will be decided by the recovery model. Okay, and how long okay we need to keep okay log records on LDF file. Okay, how long we need to keep log records on LDF file. Okay, you know that whatever the changes you are making, all the changes are going to the LDF file. Okay, before it go to the MDF file, it is going to the LDF file. So how long those records need to be kept will be handled by the recovery model. Okay, getting my point? Okay, now here you will get what type of backups we can perform on DB side. To understand more, okay, whether we can perform log backup or not is decided, sir, or not. Okay, this is the main thing. Okay, based on the recovery model, either you can perform the log backup or you can't take the log backup. Either you can perform the log backup or you can't perform the log backup. So this is one important property which is deciding by recovery model. This is one more important property, how long we need to keep the log records on LDF file. Okay, LDF file. So that is the two properties which is deciding by the recovery model. So is it clear? No worries if you're not understanding what is the log backup, Subbu, what is the log, or how long, what I'm not understanding. We'll talk, sir, slowly. Okay, these are the two properties is deciding by the recovery model. So we are having three types. Three types. What are the three types? Simple, okay, full, and bulk log. So these are the three different types of recovery models are there. In SQL Server, we are having three different types. One is in simple, one is in full, one is in bulk logged. So what do you mean by simple? What do you mean by full? What do you mean by bulk log? Before you understand this one, you should understand about, see, this is your database. In the database, you are having .mdf file or .ndf file, and you are also having LDF file. Okay, you remember we discussed when you create a database, it contains data file, it contains log file. Our main focus will be log file, sir. I'm not worrying about data file now. Okay, my focus will be log file. Let's go for log file, sir. This is our log file, LDF file. I am not worrying about my data file. Let it be data. I'm not worrying about log file. I'm worrying about log file only. So log file internally is divided into two portions. Internally is divided into two portions. Every log file is divided into internally two portions. DBCC log info. Not log info, sir. Log info. See, you are having these many. In the front end, you are seeing the LDF file. In the front end, you will see the LDF file. In the back end, it is creating. You remember I discussed that LDF. This is LDF file is divided into small chunks. Chunk. Okay, technically we'll call it as a VLF, virtual log files. So in the front end, you will see the LDF files. When I go to here, when I go to here, okay, I will see the just log file. In the front end, you are seeing the log file. In the background, your log is divided into multiple chunks. In the internally, your log is divided into multiple chunks. Each chunk will call it as a one VLF. So when you run DBCC log info, you will see how many chunks it has been divided, sir. 41 chunks it will divided. Means 41 VLFs it created internally. But externally, you are seeing only LDF file. Externally, you are seeing only LDF file. But internally, it created 41 VLFs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Like that, 41 VLFs it is created. In this VLFs, there are two portions. One is active one is inactive. Our main focus is this one, sir. Whether it is divided, how it is dividing, based on what it is dividing. I am not focusing on that stuff, sir, now today. As part of today, you should understand, okay, my VLF internally, my log file internally divided into small boxes. Each box we are calling as a chunk. That chunk we are calling as a VLF. That VLF can be active, can be inactive. Can be active, can be inactive. How I will get to know, sir, Subbu? How I will get to know, Subbu, which is active, which is inactive means here there is a column called status. Status. When you see the status 2, it is active. When you see the status 0, it is inactive. When you see the status 2, it is active. Whenever you see the 0, it is inactive, sir. So our main focus today is active, inactive only. We are not focusing on how many VLFs it is created, what is a chunk, what is a VLF. No worries, all this stuff, sir. Okay. Today, our main focus is, okay, in the log file, there are two portions. One is active portion, one is inactive portion. Means one is active VLF, one will be inactive VLF. Only, sir, there is a concept called VLF, virtual log file. Means internally, your log is divided into small chunks. That chunk we are calling as a VLF. Okay. And we are calling as active VLF or we are calling as inactive VLF. So to understand more, what is active VLF? The running transactions. Running transaction. So when you are running, insert, update, delete, your data is keep on loading this VLF, right? Sir, everything is happening in the buffer. Again, I'm repeating, if you not watched the previous session, you can't understand this one. There is nothing wrong with myself, sir. You need to watch multiple times. I told you, right, first 20 sessions are very crucial for us to understand, more theoretical. So this is buffer. You are making everything in the buffer only. But whatever the changes you are making in the buffer, that is going to the log file via log writer thread. Via log writer thread, it is writing into the log file. When it is writing in the log file, it is right into the active portion. Means it is a running transaction currently. Once the transaction is committed, okay, once the transaction is committed, and once the transaction is moved to the MDF file, it will move into the active inactive portion. Okay, it is very tough to understand, but try to understand the logic. That's what we don't want any practical, sir. Try to understand the theoretical part. Okay, so whenever your data is moving to the MDF file, okay, whatever the active portion will keep like inactive. Okay, inactive means your data is already moved to the MDF file, sir. Okay, when it is moving data to the MDF file, the data will treat like inactive. Whenever you see the inactive means, oh, my data is moved to the MDF file. What do you mean by inactive? Whenever before it moved to the MDF file, it will place one copy in the log file as an inactive portion, as inactive to understand easily. Okay. So what is active? Running transactions. What is inactive? Oh, data is already moved to the MDF file and it places one copy in the inactive portion. Is it understandable, everyone? What is active, sir? Running transaction. A running transaction we are calling is active. Gopi, please adjust your audio, okay?
No. Actually, I have one question. That's why
Yes.
unmute. So, in running transaction files in LDF, right?
Yes. LDF, I am not talking anything about MDF files, sir.
Okay.
Okay. I am not talking anything about MDF file, everything about LDF file only. We are not worrying about data file. Data file contains data. That's it. Data files contain data. That's it. We are not focusing anything on data file. What we are focusing here, log file. So log file internally, two portions. One is active VLF, one is inactive VLF. What do you mean by active VLF? The running transactions will be active VLF. What is inactive portion? Data before it going to move to the MDF file, it will place one copy in the inactive portion. Same data. See, active will become inactive will become active later on. When inactive become active, sir, it's a round robin way. Your log file need to be reused, sir, every time. See, If you are preparing a biscuit, you are having a sheet to keep all your ingredients, and you will keep in the warm, and it will prepare a biscuit. Again, you will remove that biscuit. Again, you will keep the ingredients. Again, it will prepare the biscuit for you. Right? Like same, log file is also doing same thing. You are loading the data, active. Again, before moving, inactive. Again, it will truncate, become active. Active, inactive, become active, will become inactive. Inactive will become active. It's a round robin way, because log need to reuse every time. You are not keeping, like my database size is 10 terabytes. Will my log file is also 10 terabytes? No, sir. It's not like that, because log is reusing every time. Log will automatically truncate, means it will truncate, it will reuse. What do you mean by truncate? Whatever you move the data, let's truncate from log file. Let's release the space in log file. Again, it will reuse. So what do you mean by active? The running transactions. Okay. Now this transaction is moving to the MDF file. Now this will become as an inactive. This will treat like inactive. Means your data is moved to the MDF file. Now, then why it is keeping Subbu in the inactive, being the data is already moved to the MDF file, right? Data is already moved to the MDF file, right? Why Microsoft is keeping again in inactive? Okay, for safety purpose, sir. For safety purpose, before data move to the MDF file, there is a copy in the LDF file also, right? Your data is keeping as a copy, one more copy. Multiple copies Microsoft is maintaining to protect your data in case of disasters. In case of disaster, to protect our data, Microsoft is maintaining multiple copies. But don't worry, there won't be no duplicate data in your MDF file. Okay, there is no duplicate data. There is no junk data in the MDF file. So Microsoft is moving everything in the copy, making copy in the log file only. Is not making copy in the MDF file. MDF file contains actual data. If you understand this one, half of the concept is done, sir. So what is log file? Log file contains two portions. One is active portion, one is inactive portion. What is active portion? Current running transaction. Now, before it move data to the MDF file, who is moving? Checkpoint will move. Lazy writer will move. Right? Whenever checkpoint got trigger, whenever lazy writer got trigger, it will move the data from buffer to disk or LDF buffer to disk. Buffer to disk it is moving. Then where LDF is coming in picture, Subbu? In the background, whenever you trigger the checkpoint, whenever you trigger the lazy writer, internally it is touching the log file also. Okay, it will go and it will update in the log file also. Hey, these changes is moving to the MDF file. Now make this as a inactive VLF. Make this as a inactive VLF. Got you, everyone? Yes, no? Understood, not understood? So when it is moving to the LDF file, MDF file, it is going to the LDF file and talking to the LDF file and saying that, hey, these changes are moving to the MDF file. Now make these changes as a inactive. So these are all, many things are happening in the background, sir. Many things are happening in the background. We are just seeing the front end only, but many things are happening in the background. So all the changes are moving as a into inactive portion. Now, okay, so you are having copy inactive portion. Now this is what very important, sir. Whether we need to keep it or whether we need to delete it. So how this will be deleted? How this will be deleted, sir? Inactive portion means already data moved to the MDF file. So when I need to delete the inactive portion, okay, one question, when I need to delete the inactive portion, how I need to delete the inactive portion, you should understand by knowing about the recovery model. If you understand the recovery model, you can easily understand when this inactive portion is deleting, how this inactive portion is deleting, who is deleting this inactive portion. Getting my point? If you understand the recovery model, you will become strong in inactive portion. Act 2, I am not worrying, sir. Act 2 is nothing but running transaction. I am not worrying about running transaction. I am worrying about inactive portion. Why Subbu inactive portion? Inactive portion data is already moved to the MDF file, right? Why you are focusing on inactive portion? Because if you're not doing anything, my inactive portion has keep on growing, right? My inactive portions are keep on growing, and definitely you will get the log file full alert, right? It may consume lot. Why I need to keep inactive portion that much? No, I need to truncate it. I need to delete it so that can be used. If this VLF data is deleted, I can use this VLF data for new transaction, right? Yes or no? On that database, I can use for another transaction, or I can use for same transaction. Sir, data is loading massively. Billions of records data is loading. So you are loading 10 TB of data and your log file size is 250 GB only. Your log file size is 250 GB only and you are loading 10 TB of data. So what every time it need to do? Every time your log need to be reused, right? Oh, load the data, move the data, load the data, move the data, load the data, truncate the data, move the data. Load, truncate, move. Sorry. Load, move, truncate. Load, move, truncate. Load, move, truncate. It need to do right? Otherwise, how you can load 10 terabytes of data in log files, sir? Your log file size is only 250 GB. So it is loading, it is moving, truncating. Loading, moving, truncating. Loading, moving, truncating. It's a round robin way. So when I need to truncate, who is truncating? How it is truncating? Who is moving? You know who is moving? Either checkpoint will move, either laser-rater will move, sir. Either checkpoint will move, either laser-rater will move. You know about move. My intention is who is truncating, when it is truncating, how I need to truncate, what is the best practice I should follow. That you are going to learn with the help of recovery model. Got it? So recovery model is purely for log file. It's not doing anything on data files, sir. Your recovery model is completely working with the log file only. Oh, okay. That is by handling. I hope now you understand, everyone. No? Yes?
Yes, sir.
So what exactly, sir? We need to understand when you are loading active. What is active means running transaction, sir. Running transaction is nothing but active transaction. Now your data is moving. Before it move, it will make this transaction this VLF as a inactive. How I can get to know Subbu means it will become as a 0. 2 means active. Now currently 2. Now it start. So checkpoint got triggered, laser-rater got triggered. This 2 will become 0. But it is holding the data. It holds the data, sir. There is a data. Now you need to back up the data. You need to truncate the data, sir. As a DBA, inactive portion is also very, very important. You need to back up that and you need to truncate the data. Delete the data. So that is going to taken care by the recovery model. Okay, today it's too late, sir. So tomorrow I will continue. Tomorrow 1 hour we'll discuss about the recovery model. Then we'll go for backups. Okay, I hope this point everyone understand. It will save a lot of time tomorrow, sir, if you understand this one. So recovery model completely working with the log file. In the log file, what it is working, okay, when I need to truncate the inactive portion, okay, when I need to truncate the inactive portion, how I need to truncate the inactive portion, what is the best practice I need to follow before I truncate the inactive portion is going to taken care by the recovery model. So recovery model is purely working on the log file. I told you, right? Data file, nothing, sir. You won't do anything on data file. Log file is only very important for us. Yep. Okay. Not okay. Don't disconnect, sir. Stay back. Don't disconnect. Stay back. Before we wind up, I'm not sure still how many people are facing issues with the installation. Raise your hands. Okay, I am trying to install SQL Server so version. I am facing this issue. I need some help in the WhatsApp group chat and your time availability. Okay, not here, sir, in the WhatsApp group chat. In the time availability, in the time, your available time. Let's centralize the time, and I will schedule a meeting. Okay, let's troubleshoot everything, sir. I don't know. SQL installation is very easy, sir. Until unless we are having any previously you done something on your operating system, the installation will fail. Otherwise, it never fails installation, sir. SQL Server. You never get any installation failures until unless we done something on our operating systems. Until unless we done on our operating system, 99.9% from SQL Server 2012 onwards, we never face any SQL Server installation failures until unless you done something on your operating systems, either your laptops or in the VMs. Okay. Microsoft fixed all the issues, installation issues from SQL Server 2012 onwards. Sir. We will see very minor failures only. Okay, so tell you need some help on the installation. Okay, and your availability time. We will schedule a meeting. At any cost, you need to complete installation by this week, sir. Okay.
Hi, sir. So there one more doubt from me.
Yes, sir.
So shrinking also comes in the same concept. I mean,
sorry.
Shrinking. I mean, log file shrinking also come under the same concept.
Shrinking is something different, sir. No. On top of this, you are shrinking, but shrinking, no. Yeah. Shrinking is something different, sir. Means you are releasing the space to the disk. See, for example, to load the data, log file is growing like anything. After this 10 TB, log file won't grow, right? Because I'm not performing this much massive operation. So it will hold the log file hold the space. That space, if you want to release the disk, will go for string, sir. I mean.
Okay, sir.
Okay. That's it for my end. Okay. At any cost, I need to complete the restores. Let's see, sir. Yeah. Tomorrow, what I'm going to do is, this week, I will start bridge 10 minutes before only, like 7:20. I will start the bridge. 7:30, I will start the session, sir. 10 minutes early. Okay. I will get some more time. Okay, 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, I will get the time. Okay, because next week my plan is I need to start the high availabilities like log shipping, all the stuff. So one thing, you need to complete your installations at any cost. Please raise your in the WhatsApp group chat. Everyone who are facing the issue, still you need support. Either myself will come or Sai will come. Okay, the people who are in the different countries. Okay. Sai is working in the night shift. Okay. Sai get their feasible time. You can connect over the night also, resolve their issues. They need to complete the installation. Okay.
Sure, sir.
First, you try to install everyone over local laptop only. Okay. Sai try to educate them. They need to install in the local laptops. Okay. VMware, I will take the session in this week only. Then they can go for VMware, sir. Okay.
Okay.
I will take a dedicated session so that in the upcoming batches, okay, we no need to spend again. We can provide the recording side. Okay. Tell them provide the recording. They will go and install.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So the people who are out of India, the people who are in the night shift, sites working in the night shift. Okay, you can in the evening provide your time frame. If I'm able to take, I will take it, sir, because today I'm having a CAB meeting. I don't know how long it will go, CAB meetings. Okay. Once I'm free, I will schedule it. But stay back. I will schedule it. Okay. I will let you know 15 minutes before only, or 30 minutes before. At any cost, everyone need to complete the installation. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And you can find every session in our playlist only. Don't waste. Don't wait. Sir, not waste. Don't wait. You will get the as quickly as from tomorrow onwards. Today also it is going for public. It need to be render everything, but tomorrow onwards no public, right? So we don't need to prepare the thumbnails, all that stuff. We can upload as quickly as possible. Yep. Thank you. See you tomorrow, sir. Yeah.
Thank you,
So
sir.
from tomorrow onwards, you will get the running notes. Okay. You no need to go here and there. Whatever we are discussing, you will get the running notes, right? Same thing you can prepare. Same thing you can deliver to interviewer. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Sai, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you share everyone today, whenever you are having some free time, share all the materials today. Okay.
Yeah, sure. I will.
Before share, we'll connect once. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. See you tomorrow. See you at evening.